Hello everyone, greetings of the day. In the previous lecture, we have finished our first unit, that is software engineering and software development processes. In today's lecture, we are going to start with our second unit, that is software requirement engineering and analysis. In this lecture, we are going to start with our first topic of second unit, that is introduction to the requirement engineering. In this lecture, we are going to cover the subtopics, that is introduction to the requirement engineering, and we will elaborate the requirement engineering process. Okay, so let us start with introduction to the requirement engineering. In the first unit, we have discussed the different software development processes or software development life cycles. And if you observe that in all the development models, in all the development process, one thing is common, that is nothing but requirement gathering. Okay, requirement gathering means you can say that this requirement gathering is the very important part of software development life cycle. In today's lecture, we are going to see the very important part of this requirement gathering. We can gather the requirement, but those requirements should be appropriate, right? It is not it is very important that the requirement we have taken should be appropriate, so that our project or our output, our software is going to fulfill the our customers requirement, right? So this requirement gathering is very important. For that purpose, we are going to use the requirement engineering part, right? To get this requirement very specified, very accurate, we are going to use the requirement engineering. This requirement engineering is going to help software engineer as well as software developer to better understand the problem and the nature of problem they are going to work on. Means with the help of this requirement engineering, the software developer and the software engineers will understand what actually they are going to work on, what is the problem that they have to overcome, correct? So for this purpose, we are going to use this requirement engineering. Then software engineer and other project stakeholders are all will be the participants in this requirement engineering. Who is going to take part into this requirement engineering part? All the project stakeholders will be participants into this requirement engineering part. Okay, and obviously the software engineers will be there. They have to understood all those requirements with the help of all the stakeholders, project stakeholders. Then if requirements analysis is wrong, then design will be wrong. In the previous unit, we have discussed the different phases. We are having requirement gathering, then we are having requirement analysis, and after that, with the help of these analyzed requirements, we are going to design a model to develop a software. If this analysis is done wrong, right? If that analysis goes wrong, then the design will go wrong, and hence our software will go wrong. Ultimately, the coding will be wrong, and finally, the software expectations will not match with the customer. Means what? This requirement gathering or the requirement engineering is a very important part of our software development process. That is why the second unit is totally depending on this requirement engineering. The requirement engineering and its analysis, because the expectations of customer, the expectations of softwares all are depends on this requirement engineering. Okay, so the requirement engineering should be carried out very carefully so that your expectation, the software expectations, will match with the outcomes. Means the customer, the user, the consumer requires, or the all those stakeholders requirements should be fulfilled. So it is very important part of your software development life cycle, that is requirement engineering. Then next is, then we are going to engineer this requirement, right? The process of gathering the requirements, or the requirement gathering process, we are going to be engineered, right? How we can going to engineer this? We are going to implement some kind of functions under this requirement engineering process, right? So the requirement engineering can be carried out through the execution of the following functions. There are some functions we have enlisted. We just have to carry out all these functions to get the exact requirement from the customer, and the exact to execute the requirement engineering. Now there are some functions that can be followed: the inception, then initiation function, elaboration is there, negotiation is there, we are also having specification, then validation, and the last is requirement management. It is last function, but it is very important because that requirement should be managed. You should know the flow of your requirements. Now in these phases, or in these functions, there are some requirement engineering functions which can be occur in parallel. Means there are some requirement engineering functions that can be occurred parallel simultaneously, then can be, that functions can be executed. So we will discuss all these 6-7 functions are there. We will discuss all the function and the meaning of that function, what kind of activity we are going to carry out in that function, that we will discuss. So let us start with the inception function. What is this inception function? Inception is nothing but the beginning, right? Inception is nothing but beginning, and it is usually said that if you the well beginning is half done. Means if you are starting with some good points, then it will be half done, right? Means the well beginning is a half done. But in software development process, what happen? It is always problematic for the developer that from where should he start. He cannot understand from where he has to start, so that this can be a problematic, that well beginning is a half done can be a problematic, because the developer cannot understand from where he has to begin. For this purpose, the customer and developer meet and they decide the overall scope and nature of the problem statement. And by having meeting between customer and developer, the exact requirement are gathered with the customer's communication. These things can be done under the inception function. Means in the initial phase, we are going to have the meeting with our customer, and we are going to get the exact requirement. What we are going to get? The exact requirement, so that our well beginning will be a half done. Then next is there, that is initiation. This initiation is nothing but, in relation with the requirement engineering, it is nothing but a task that helps the customer to define what is required. Sometimes what happens, the customers are not able to explain what they want into their software. At that time, by using this initiation function or initiation task, the customer is going to be helped that to define what is required in his software. To know the objective of the system or the project to be developed is a crucial job. It is very crucial that you should know that what is going to be developed in your project. So initiation is also very important function into the requirement engineering process. Then elaboration. What we are going to do in elaboration phase? Elaboration is nothing but to work out in a detail. In this function we are going to work out in details. We are having some information in the inception and initiation phase. It is expanded and modified during the elaboration. Means in inception phase and initiation phase we are going to gather the different kind of data, and that data can be elaborated in this elaboration phase, can be expanded, can be modified during this elaboration phase. Now requirement engineering will focus on developing the technical model. After modifying that data, expanding that data, the requirement engineering will focus on the developing the technical model of software that will include the functions, the features and the constraints, right? The functions, features and constraints that can be focused by the developers in requirement engineering. Thus elaboration is an analysis modeling also. We can call it as a analysis modeling action. We are going to model, prepare a model for this our software product. Then next is their negotiation. The next function is negotiation. What we are going to negotiation? Here negotiation means discussion on financial and other commercial issues. This negotiation is nothing but part that is carried out by management. Sometimes developers are not going to be take participants in this negotiation function. The management is going to decide the financial and other commercial issues. So in this step, user and other stakeholders discuss to decode the rank of requirement, decide the priorities, what function is going to be, what feature going to be implemented, top priorities that will be decided under this negotiation phase. To finalize the project cost, then the impact of above issues on project cost and delivery date. Okay, so these are the parts that can be carried out under the negotiation function. Then next is specification. The specification is the final work product by requirement engineer, right? This requirement engineering process is carried out by requirement engineer, and the final product will be prepared, or the specification is the final work product by the requirement engineer. What will consist of in this specification? The specification may take different forms, which will include the written document, then set of graphical model, a formal mathematical model, a collection of scenarios or a prototype, right? Your specification will be of below types. The specification can take different forms. Written document can be there, set of graphical models there, formal mathematical model can be there, collection of scenarios and a prototype. It is considered as foundation of all subsequent software development activities. It is the foundation, the software specification, software requirement specification will be a foundation of all the subsequent software development activities. After completing this specification, all the activities that are going to be performed will be according to this specification document. Okay, so very important part is this, the specification. It is the final work product of your requirement engineering. Then validation. All the previous work completed will be just useless if it is not validated against the customer's expectations. If you now in the previous stage we are having specification, and according to that specification you are going to perform the other activities, all the upcoming activities, and you have completed your project, your software development is completed. But if you just don't have used the validation in that software development, that all the work completed will be just useless, right? The all previous work completed will be just useless if it is not validated against the customer's expectations. Means at every stage you just have to take a validation from the customers that the development is according to their expectations. The requirement validation checklist will include all the requirements are stated clearly, then are all the requirements are misinterpreted, okay, or the requirements are misinterpreted. So this kind of questions can be asked with the customer so that you can validate your software requirement engineering. And then after this validation, requirement management is there. The requirement management is also very important part. It is the last stage or last function of your requirement engineering, but it is important. It is a software engineering task that helps the project team members to identify the requirements. Means by using this requirement management, you are going to identify requirement, then you can control that requirement. You are also going to track that requirement and change the requirement, okay, at any time as the project exceed. Means these requirements can be managed by identifying, controlling, tracking and changing according to the project's requirement. We can change these things at any time as the project exceeds. Means requirement management is very important part which provides flexibility to our software development. Okay, so requirement management is last but very important. So in today's lecture we have discussed the introduction to the requirement engineering and the different functions that are carried out under this requirement engineering. In next lecture we will discuss our next topic. Thank you.